What's up guys, Josef Rakich from josefrakichfitness.com, and today I'm going to be taking you through my entire leg workout here in Dubai at Binous gym, the best gym in the world. I'm going to take you through every exercise that we did, and I'm going to show you the sets and the reps and give you some tips along the way. Exercise 1 was the abductor machine, just trying to drive the blood into the legs before we start any heavy pressing movements. Our second exercise was the lying leg curl. It's a great exercise to isolate the hamstring muscles, focusing on a good stretch and then a good squeeze and good contraction. We are doing 5 sets for every single exercise that we do here. Next up was leg extension, one of the best exercises for developing and isolating the quads. Again, 5 sets as we did for every single exercise in this workout. Now we took each set close to failure, regardless of the weight that we used. Because at the end of the day, getting your muscles to grow is all about progressive overload. And there are many ways you can overload the muscle. It can be weight, it can be stress, it can be time and attention, it can be intensity of your workout by keeping your rest period short. There are many different ways, so we are trying to use them all to get the maximum results possible. Our rest periods for this workout were pretty short, like I said, to keep the intensity of the workout up and to keep the intensity of the workout high. After leg extension, we went on to the hack squat, which is more like a pendulum squat. This is a great exercise because it allows you to sink really deep into the weight. First set is always a feeler set, basically just feeling the movement out, feeling the angle, feeling the range of motion, making sure everything feels good before we chuck some heavy weight on. We went pretty heavy on this, increasing the weight on every single set that we did. And again, we did 5 sets in total. Really dropping down low, ass to grass before driving up. We went heavy, but the rep range was still pretty high on most sets, 15 being the lowest. After the pendulum, we went on to the leg press. Again, doing another feeler set just to feel this exercise out and to make sure everything is good before adding some weight. Now, I also had my mate Jay have his hand as a touch point. This just allows us to keep in the back of our mind to make sure that we bring the weight down enough so that we are getting a decent range of motion so we can activate as much of the quads as possible. So if you're seeing this clip right now, Jay has his hand there, and on every single rep that I do, I have to make sure my knee comes down far enough to touch his hand. If it doesn't, we don't count the rep. So we want to make every rep count instead of just counting the reps and doing half-ass reps. After leg press, we then went on to the next exercise, which is dumbbell lunges. Now, this is a great exercise to isolate each leg individually. It's a great exercise to really work the quads, the hamstrings, and also the glutes. Now, the further we put our front foot forward, the more glute and the more hamstring activation we are going to get. The shorter step that we take, the more quad activation we are going to get. So you can play around with this exercise a little bit depending on what part of the leg you really want to focus on. After legs, we then went on to calves. First exercise was the seated calf press. Again, just like everything else, 5 sets per exercise. Now, calves, I believe, respond best to high volume and high frequency. So I usually train them 2 to 3 times per week at high amounts of volume per workout. Most people that don't have good calves usually blame it on their genetics, but most of the time it is their training and their volume that they train it with. Chest, they train for an hour, yet when it comes to calves, they chuck on at the end of their workout for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I really like to overload my calves with a lot of volume. We did 5 sets in total, we did 2 different exercises, and the rep range was 50 plus for every single set that we did. Anyway guys, that's the end of the workout. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a go next time you train legs.